Hello everyone, I am Ankush N. Nayak, Director of Information Technology at Expert Group of Institutions, Mangalore. On the 26th of December of this year, that is 2019, we are going to witness a very rare celestial event. This is a solar eclipse, and not just any solar eclipse, it is what we call as an annular solar eclipse. Now, a lot of people are excited to watch this. A lot of people have have made special preparations, including at our own institution, to view this in the safest way possible. But I just thought maybe it's going to be a little more enjoyable if you understand what this eclipse is and what makes it so special. So generally, solar eclipses can be categorized into three different types, and you have what is famously known as the total solar eclipse, and then you have partial solar eclipses, and in between you have what are called as these annular solar eclipse, which we are going to see in a few days. A total solar eclipse is when the moon completely covers the sun. So a solar eclipse is when the moon comes in between the sun and the earth, and the moon casts its shadow on the earth. But when it completely covers the sun, it's a total solar eclipse. If it only partially covers the sun, it's called a partial solar eclipse. Now, the most interesting of all of these is what is called as the annular solar eclipse. Annulus in Latin means ring. So an annular solar eclipse is when the moon covers the sun but not completely. This happens because the moon is at its farthest point away from earth, what we call as the apogee, which is the farthest point from the earth, and because of this the moon is too small to cover the entire disk of the sun. So the sun appears only as a ring, what is characterized as a ring of fire, and a ring in Latin is called as an annulus, and therefore we call this as the annular solar eclipse. This is very interesting to watch. Now remember, although the sun might look like it's just a ring, it's still not safe to watch the sun with your naked eye. It is never safe. Some people think that it's more dangerous only when there is an eclipse, but this is not true. It's never ever safe to watch the sun with your naked eye. This is because the sun is extremely bright. The intensity of the light coming from the sun is extremely high, and these can cause permanent damage to the eyes. And therefore, what is important is that you use the right equipment. That is, you use solar eclipse goggles, specialized goggles that are made for these. Don't use any homemade recipes that you might find on the internet. Even if you want to photograph the eclipse, you should always install a specialized solar film on the lens of your camera or your phone, because it can permanently damage the sensors of your camera or your phone if you do so. More importantly, what makes this event special is that we in Mangalore are going to witness this after a lot of years. In fact, there are a lot of partial eclipses that happen, but the last annular solar eclipse in Mangalore was in the year 1748. That's a lot of years ago. And the next annular solar eclipse that we will get in Mangalore is in 2064. Again, a lot of years to come. So this is very unique. Maybe it's going to be the only annular solar eclipse that we get to see within our lifetime. So you may wonder, are these annular solar eclipses actually this rare? They're not actually. Annular solar eclipses occur every 1 to 2 years somewhere in the world, but the problem is that this might be in the middle of the ocean, or it might be in the middle of a remote forest, and you might not be able to travel there. So it might be an annular solar eclipse somewhere in some country where you might not be able to visit. So generally, it's only once in a few hundred years that you get to watch an annular solar eclipse conveniently at your place or at a place near you. So I think all of us should take this opportunity to really enjoy this moment. A lot of people have some superstitions regarding solar eclipse. Will they spoil my food? Will they have some negative effects on us? You don't have to worry about any of those. Remember, a solar eclipse is as natural as your own shadow falling on the earth. There is nothing to worry about. It's just the moon coming in between the sun and the earth. It's perfectly safe as long as you use the right equipment to watch it. Never ever stare at the sun directly with your naked eye. So I hope you all enjoy this solar eclipse with a greater understanding and greater appreciation. So stay safe, have fun, and keep looking up.